Hi, welcome to Batter Up Friday Night Locals. This is Team Spicy Boy bringing you a round 2 match between Kyle, who's I believe he's playing. Let me see. I believe he's playing Veggie Broly with that new leader that just came out. And on the right we have Tyler, who's playing Gogeta Shenron. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, the Dragon Ball has a unique auto. He taps 2, he gets to search his life for two Dragon Balls, for up to 2 Dragon Balls, or he can search his deck for also up to 2 Dragon Balls. So he chooses to get none from his life and add a 1-star ball and a regular Dragon Ball from his deck. Alright, let's see what Tyler's going to end up doing here. Will you play the 1-star ball or will you hold it off? So he's going to start off by playing a Dragon Ball, drawing a card. And he has another Dragon Ball in his hand. So ends up drawing 3 here, playing the 1-star ball. Kyle discarding the 1-drop Trunks there. And I didn't get quite catch what Tyler discarded there. But that's okay. So Kyle charging a green for turn, and seems to me that Tyler's pretty unaware of what that leader does at the moment. Broly leader, his effect is auto, take a card from life, then draw a card, much similar to the Krillin that came out. So looks like Kyle didn't combo here, and Tyler's gonna combo Purunga to make his Dragon Ball 15, not taking any damage there. And I apologize for the sniffling. I have allergies at the moment. I really do apologize, and for the next few videos too. So Tyler here charges his Senzu Bean, and so he plays some Purunga Dragon Balls. And it makes no difference in which ones you play. They both just require a Shenron leader. It's pretty funny. And looks like Kyle here's making fun of Tyler here for playing the 1 Purunga ball, if that's all he really does play. Alright, so looks like Tyler here just drew a bunch of Dragon Balls, and that puts him at 7 Dragon Balls already. So he's already, so he's already in a really good spot. Being able to go to 15 and just pretty much get back that world peace that's in the grave. So that's just so much value out of this. And a turn 2 wish is really strong, because now Kyle has to combo with his Broly leader in order to pressure Tyler. And here we're gonna have Tyler played Dragon Raider, and I believe he grabbed 2 Dragon Balls and just drew 2 for turn. He's gonna awaken, wish with Shenron to back that desire card. So when you wish with the Dragon Balls, you get to get 1 desire card from your drop and add it back to your hand. Shenron autos, you could either draw a card, play a desire card for free, but you still have to meet the energy requirement, in that sense that if you have 3 energy, you can't use world peace because you need 4 to actually activate it. And the last one, which is the one Shenron's mostly known for, is removing all 7 Dragon Balls and giving a battle card triple attack and plus 10,000. Very strong effect here. And Tyler's going to go ahead and play another Dragon Raider, drawing 2 more cards. So he has a really good sizable hand. And he has a few super combos in his hand. It's not just the 1. But I can see 1 from where I'm looking at. And he has objections. So he's in a really good spot here. So Kyle here finally charging his 2nd green and playing the Kaba. And really good stuff. And right here, so he hits the Universe 6 Khalifa, And what that's going to do is it's going to look at the top 7 and play another one on board as well. So, you know, I'm pretty sure no one's some strangers to the veggie package. It's just pretty much going to just dump out a bunch of cards. And, oh, unfortunately, Kyle whiffs there. And you hate to see that happen because the amount of pressure he needs to put on the board in order to win this game early, it's just unfortunate that he won't be able to really press the issue here. But Kyle's hand's looking pretty decent. He has some plays for the future turn. He does have Cold Bloodlust in his hand, and the sooner he can awaken, the better it is for him. I do agree with him going for the 7-drop. I mean, for the 4-drop Khalifa there instead of the 3-drop, so he could try to pressure. It's just really unfortunate that he whiffed. So, yeah, from the way Kyle's hand's looking, I feel like he's going to want to charge a yellow next turn, so that way it opens up his Cold Bloodlust plays. Unfortunately, the real big finisher, the 7-drop Gogeta for Shenron, has the flex, so Cold Bloodlust not a real factor in there. It'll just mostly help with the out cost Vegetas, the 5-drop Gogetas. I'm not sure if this is the pure Gogeta deck list, if he runs any Beerus or etc. So yeah, he's gonna have to definitely get a yellow out there as soon as he can. But with the Broly League playing Shugas, Explosive Son Goku and Shugas is a really, really good combo. I still have nightmares from that from like Mecha Freezer format, and also in forward with Ginyu. So Shugas is just one of the most powerful super combos in the game, allowing you to drop a Saiyan from your hand, and with Kabo on the board, reducing the cost of Saiyans by essentially 1 in your hand. It's just really good. Well, reducing the cost of like Kales, Khalifas, and etc. With a specified cost. So here Tyler charges that World Peace for turn. So I'm going to assume he has more in his hand, and I just saw one, so yes. He's going to go ahead and tap 2, and I believe he's going to play, yeah, he plays the Objection here. And he's going to go right ahead and end up charging, let's see, he's giving it a quick thought. Yeah, it seems to me he's in a little tough predicament. He really likes all the cards in his hand, but he ends up charging the 5-drop Gogeta there. It's not a bad option. It seems to me that was probably one of the better cards in his hand to charge. Even though it's a really good matchup in the Vegies matchups, because you just put everything on the bottom of their deck and you just take their established board, and you know, the sooner you can get rid of the Kabas off the board, the better it is for you, because Kaba lowering the cost of Kales and Khalifas by 1 is really dangerous, because then you can Shugash out the Kale in your hand, popping a card that Tyler controls. So here he uses the Shenron Auto, playing the World Peace for free, and now he's gonna bring back his Purunga. And Purunga Auto, I believe you put it in rest mode, draw 2, and then you get, it's essentially a board wipe. And I'm just gonna look it up real fast because I really don't remember on what exactly it does. But he's gonna do just that though, activating it. Alright, so they're having a discussion on how it works, or they're reading the card. So, I believe it only gets rid of cards in rest mode. But being able to draw 2 off of that it essentially was play world peace, draw 2, and then get rid of the Khalifa there. But the real issue here is definitely Kaaba there. So it's looking like it's gonna be a hard thing. It's gonna be looking pretty good for Kyle. I don't see an instance where Kyle would attack with the Kaaba unless he's pushing for game. And yeah. So here he charges the yellow like we discussed earlier to open up his Bloodlust plays. And Kyle's really close to awakening. And that's the thing about this matchup. That's pretty good for Broly because he has a self-awaken built into him. Because Shenron, the leader, can't attack. And if he didn't have a way to self-awaken, all Tyler would do, he would sit, keep setting up, and Kyle would have to be forced to draw into his Khalifas or play into his Khalifas just so he could awaken. Unfortunately, he hasn't played one, so he can't get to the awaken point where Shugash is a thing, so he can start just dropping free Saiyans out of his hand. But here he attacks Broly into the, I believe, the leader, or maybe it's Purunga. I think he's probably attacking the Purunga there, because you don't want to leave that card on board. Because anytime Kyle would go for big pushes, he would just out combo. Tyler can just out combo, save the Purunga, and just get rid of all his cards that are in rest mode. And it's just really hard to deal with. So I can't confirm that's what he's attacking, but we'll see. So he's gonna go ahead and bean, and it looked like he did attack the leader instead. Okay, so I was wrong about that. I'm so sorry. And Kyle passing turn there, so yeah, he's really stuck with this hand, not be able to see another Kaaba in order to advance his plays. And not being awakened really hurts him still too. So here we have Tyler charging his 5th energy. And he's gonna go ahead and just use the auto, and even though it doesn't hit anything, he gets to draw 2 cards essentially for free. And that's really good. Excuse me, guys. So Tyler's just thinking over his options there, and so newfound Purunga. Switch this card to rest mode, draw 2 cards, choose one of your battle cards. It gets plus 10,000 power until the end of the opponent's next turn. And its other one is choose one of your opponent's cards, ignoring barrier, then choose the rest of yours and your opponent's cards in the battle area, ignoring barrier, and shuffle them into the owner's deck. So I'm gonna assume he gave his 1-drop 10,000 there in order to draw 2 cards. So that's a 14 beater, and he's gonna attack into the lead with 14. And if I'm Kyle here, I would probably look just to take it just so I could be awakened, but I could be wrong. And okay, so Tyler here comboing out 24, and Kyle's just gonna take the damage. He doesn't want to waste so many resources trying to save himself from that, and plus it puts him in a really good spot. So alright, so yeah, Tyler combos the Gogeta in order to put him to the drop. Then he uses the leader auto to bring him out essentially for free, leaving 4 open energy. And Kyle just immediately goes with the Code Bloodlust, knowing that he definitely needs to keep that Cabo on board. And it was a really good play by Tyler, but unfortunately it got stopped. And yeah, so here he's playing Shenron Majesty there. And this Shenron has 3 autos. It doesn't go to rest mode when you play it. So auto, you draw a card, then you get to either choose to untap 2 energy, bring out a 2-drop or less from your drop area, or you can give a battle card +5 and crit. So he opts to just untap 2 to give himself some defensive purposes, and pretty much keeping both those Shenrons on board puts Tyler in a really good spot, and Kyle in a pretty bad position. So, and so the Gogeta here doesn't have double strike because it was cold bloodlust this turn. So Tyler here giving the Broly a read and reading the awakened side. And Broly, when awakened, you untap 2. But now that Kyle's at 4 life, he has access to his Shugash super combos. So if he has here an explosive Son Goku, he can just start like getting rid of stuff off the board, or dropping a Kale. But if Kale drops, he's probably gonna have to get rid of the Kaba, and that's pretty tough if you ask me. So here he does combo the Shugash, and he's gonna play a Kale, and that's a really good Kale to play. It's not the 4-drop Kale that I was thinking of, but what that does is when it attacks, it gets +5, and it gets to draw a card. So he plays 2 Shugashes, putting those 2 on the board, and that's really good for Kyle because now he'll be able to replenish his hand and dig for more cards, all for just out comboing his opponent. So definitely value there. And alright, so Tyler passed his turn there, and Kyle definitely in a better position than he was a moment ago. So we have Kyle, he's debating on what he wants to charge here. I can see he has some okay, so he charges a Khalifa there, and I see he has some free blockers in his hand, but those only can come out if you have Khalifa on the board. So he's gonna go right ahead, and he's gonna attack at the Purunga, and that's like I said, that's a really good card to get rid of, because if he leaves it on the board, it's just gonna end up wiping Kyle's board, and he just can't afford that. In my opinion, he just needs to get rid of them and do as much as possible, because that card is just going to be such a problematic card for him. And Tyler knows keeping that card on the board is a really good idea, so he's going to go right and out combo it, and he has a pretty decent hand size to try to do so. And there's so many threats on his board that it's looking pretty hard for Kyle at the moment. So Kyle's going to go ahead, he's going to tap 2 there. And okay, so he's gonna play this Trunks, and what this Trunks does is you tap 2 and you get to add a battle card back, and he's gonna go ahead and grab his Shugash. And this Trunks, it's I believe it's 20k double strike, or is it 25? Yeah, 20k double strike. So really good card, pretty much a staple in all decks that can play Shugash. I haven't seen any deck that plays Shugash that doesn't run him. Being able to recycle that super combo is really good. Essentially, you get to play 5 super combos, so it's really amazing. So look, okay, right here, he's gonna go ahead and combo 30 onto the Purunga, playing the explosive Son Goku, who's gonna pop the Gogeta, and explosive Son Goku. He has barrier blocker, which is pretty much going to protect Kyle from any really big pushes next turn. And Kyle's here's just gonna opt to just try to board wipe him, and the only issue left would be the other Shenron on the board, but there's not much you could do about that unless he draws a card that can actually pop it. But he attacks with the Kale, and he's gonna get to draw another card for its auto. And I don't see Tyler trying to save this 1-drop. It's 15-4. It just doesn't make too much sense to keep it around. And so I just saw the SPR 7-drop Gogeta and Tyler's hand there. So he's looking like he can keep. Oh, so Tyler here is gonna opt to keep him alive, and that's let's see, 19 right there, and it's quite an interesting play there. And Kyle here awakens, and he's gonna go ahead and attack, and he's gonna attack maybe the 1-drop again. I don't see him trying to attack the leader just yet, because if he does attack the leader, then he's gonna give Tyler more cards in hand, and his hand is at a pretty decentable size, but you don't want to give him too much more advantage than he already has. And Kyle picking up a Shugesh off the 1-drop Trunks there, and that's pretty good. I can't see what else he has that he can combo with at the moment, but he's gonna go ahead and use the Brawly auto, take a life, and he's gonna restand the Kale there in order to be able to gain another 5 in attack, try to net him some more advantage. And Kyle now at 3 life, and that's a pretty dangerous spot, because Tyler here has the all-out cost Vegeta, which he can just drop next turn, use its auto, and give him triple strike. But he does have the explosive Son Goku to save him if worse comes to worse. So he's gonna go ahead and attack, and he's gonna draw a card, and he picks up the new yellow negate there, which is so strong, so strong, and it has sparking, but I don't think Kyle has 5-drop at the moment. So he's gonna play another 1-drop, and he's gonna look at his hand, and he does have the Khalifa. He's gonna send the Khalifa to drop, and he picks up another Kaba there, and that's really good to try to invade his board state. And I don't know if he's gonna try to play his next other Shugesh out of his hand in order to play the Kaba. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and attack at the 1-drop, playing the Shugesh, giving the 1-drop Trunks 15 power, and he hits the Khalifa, and I wanna say that's not what he was trying to dig for. I feel like he was trying to dig for the 4-drop Kale in order to get rid of that Shenron on the board, and that's just how it works. So he's end up comboing 20 power there. So yeah, 10, 15, yes, 20 power, and I believe he's attacking the Shenron. And Tyler combos the auto cost video to save the Shenron, but he does have another one in hand, so he's just in a really good spot. He still has 3 open energy, so he can still out combo with the 7-drop Gogeta if he really needs to. Just Kyle's in a really bad spot, but he's in a good spot defensively because he does have more blockers, and Tyler just decides not to out combo that. And here, yep, here's the 2 free blockers I was talking about, because he controls the Khalifa on the board. And even though Kyle's at 2 life, Tyler can threaten lethal, but here's the thing: Kyle has 3 free blockers, and he has that I think it's time magic, I believe it's called, the new yellow negate with sparking. And after those combos, I believe he does have 5 engrave, so if he does tap out, it's not too big of an issue. So the thing about that card is, you use it and then you target a card in rest mode and then it can't change to active. So if Tyler goes ahead and tries to use his Shenron auto to make it gain an attack, he's just going to be in a really bad spot. Because then he wasted his ultimate wish, removing 7 Dragon Balls and putting them down to 10. So he's his low hand size and Kyle's board is really something to be scary here. You know, Vegies, you know, pretty much a turn ago, Kyle was in a bad spot, and Vegies with such explosive power was able to come back, and that's the power of Shugash, you know. Still a very fearsome super combo, and with this new Brawly out, I expect to see more Shugash around. Start getting your Chronos out, boys. But Tyler here, he ends up charging 7 drops, so he must have drawn a 7 drop for turn, unless he had another one in hand already. And he's quite in a predicament. Let's see how much he has. 6 energy, I believe, so he's just not there yet. Anyways, to try to reset the hand. But the hand is not really the issue here. What's the issue here is he needs to be able to reset that board. So I'm not sure how many world pieces Tyler plays, but there's 1 engrave. He really used both Dragon Radars, and he has 1 in charge. He might play 1 or 2 more. I'm gonna say what he tries to do here is so first of all, let's go with auto cost Vegeta. So auto cost Vegeta here is a tap 4, play him, and then you get to untap an energy and draw a card. So essentially makes him a 3 drop, and he replaces himself hand value wise. Really good blue card. Just such a good card in Shenron because of how it works, because he gets himself triple strike and then he gains 3,000 per energy, and since he's at 6, that's I believe it's 18, so he's at 38, and he's gonna go ahead and pop one of the free blockers, so making it only 2 attacks. So here's the thing. I would try to look for maybe another world piece. I don't know the number he runs though, and try to bring out the Purunga to get rid of the board of all those rest cards. But at the same time, going for game seems pretty doable. I believe that all 4 Shugashes are out of the game at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Tyler shouldn't be too worried about another Explosive Son Goku Shugash play, and I think Kyle only has 3 cards in hand, so the probability of that's pretty low. I think he drew another auto cost Vegeta there. That's very interesting. Yeah, he did. Well, he must have probably took it from life, but so he plays 3 in his list. So yeah, he's gonna. Yep. So he's definitely going for it. He's gonna remove 7, and he's gonna give the Vegeta triple attack now. So Vegeta will be triple attack, triple strike, and right here hits him with that new negate I was talking about, time magic, and now it's stuck in rest mode, and that's such a good move right there. And Kyle had 2 time magic, so there was no way he was in a tough spot. And now that Tyler is awakened there, he has 3 energy, he is in a really tough predicament there. I honestly can't see on how Tyler takes this now, being after wasting yeah, after wasting his ultimate like that, his final resort in Shenron. And that's the thing about Yellow versus Shenron. If they have the time magic, it's such a scary thing. So going for game, you have to really see if he's played any of these negates. Has he done anything else? How many Shugashes has he played? How many Explosive Son Gokus are on the board? How many in drop, warp, etc. There's so many factors you have to do before you go into game that Yellow can just stop your push. And yeah, Tyler here giving that a quick read. It's quite unfortunate though that Kyle had two, not one but two in hand. And seems they might have a slight discrepancy here, and he's trying to fully understand how the card works. But for the most part, yeah, man. That negate probably really sealed the game for Kyle there. And I'm not gonna put it all on Kyle because Tyler's he's still pretty healthy. His hand size isn't too big, but with each attack from Kyle, his hand will go up, and it's as simple as having a few negates and super combos, and he can still manage to come back. But with the leader dropping down to 10, he's gonna really have to pretty much out combo everything that he has to do. And yeah, Kyle just choosing here to combo out with the Kale on board instead of just blocking with it. With 3 energy and such high cost cards and Tyler's hand, it's looking like he's just gonna have to pass turn here. Oh no, and he concedes. Alright, so that concludes our round 2 match. Such a great back and forth game. Congrats to Kyle.